quick.
My favorite thing about playing high school sports is definitely the community it builds.
It's taught me leadership, it's taught me resilience.
Many people might go on to not play collegiately, but they can take a lot of skills that they learn and use it in their professional life, in their future careers.
High school sports are worth protecting because it gives students an outlet to grow, to become a leader, to become what they want to be.
Okay, welcome back to Passaic County Technical High School. We are here for a girls quad meet. We have the Passaic County Tech Bulldogs, the Mount Olive Marauders, the Vernon Vikings, and the Parsippany Hills Vikings. This will be match number 2 of today's action, and this will be between the Passaic County Bulldogs and the Parsippany Hills Vikings. We are on mat number 1. Hey everybody, I'm Tommy Farquhar, former collegiate wrestler, referee, and coach, alongside my broadcast partner, and you guessed it, analyst extraordinaire, James Clark. And together we're going to be bringing you the action all day long from this quad. So James, we had a real good first match. Passaic County Tech looked tough, but so did Vernon.
Yeah, no, both teams definitely did. Vernon's kind of in that rebuild mode, so to speak, really a little bit, but they didn't really showed like they really lost much, if anything, really, unfortunate parts and like giving up bonus points where they really didn't, if they couldn't do it at the time, that 1 point difference, it just made a big difference in that match. But PCTI not taking anything away from them. They looked great. They still look like they have a lot of firepower in them, and I think they'll match up pretty well here with the Parsippany Hills Vikings, another Vikings team that is here today.
We bring another Vikings onto the list. Are you a former wrestler or coach looking to give back to the sport but don't know how? Sign up to be an official. The New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association is looking for new officials. You can scan the QR code for more information. And good segue there. Our official on mat number 1 is Alex Mella. He's a 2-year carded official. Official number 204. Alex is from Lodi. I thought he did a nice job in the first match, but the officials could always use some assistance.
Always, especially nowadays with how big of the sport of wrestling and how advanced it really is now. It never hurts to have 2 officials at a match.
Never. I'm a firm believer in having 2 on a match. And like you said, the sport is growing. Now we got girls wrestling, catching fire. We need officials to do these girls matches as well.
Yeah, most definitely. And now this time after starting 100 pounds in the last round, we're going to be starting at 107 here.
Okay, and for Parsippany Hills, we have Olivia Mullane. For Parsippany Hills, and Alicia Morales for PCTI. Morales versus Mullane. And these singlets are pretty similar. PCTI in the black with the bluish trim and the bulldog in the back. Parsippany Hills also in the black with some bluish trim. The Parsippany Hills wrestler has the pink shoes and the red ankle band. PCTI with the green ankle bands. Bit of a scramble here right now at 107 pounds. No scoring as of yet. And wrestlers are both going to be, and we're actually going to have some back points here, some swipes. Parsippany Hills has Passaic County Tech in all sorts of trouble. Mullane squeezing tight. Morales in some trouble. I think Mullane's going to want to get out to the side here a little, James, but she might get it anyway. It looks tight.
Yeah, I think she's got to put a little bit more pressure. She does get that pressure to get the pin. Puts the Vikings on the board, 6-0, not to be confused with the Vernon Vikings, of course, from our last matchup. This is the Parsippany Hills Vikings.
We got similar singlets. We got Vikings again. We got it all going on.
A lot of blue, a lot of yellow, a lot of white, a lot of black today. We're seeing it all today here, Tommy.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to go to 114 pounds, like James mentioned. That's a 6-0 lead for the Parsippany Hills Vikings. And let's see what 114 pounds brings us. Wrestlers are checking in now. Remember, coverage being brought to you by GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Your teams, your counties, your site. Garden State HS Wrestling is the premier destination for all things New Jersey wrestling.
And for Park Hills, Ramadan.
Okay, 114 pounds. For Parsippany Hills, we have Kenzie Ramadan. And for Passaic County, we have Ashanti Ruiz Santa. Ashanti Ruiz.
And I know Parsippany Hills also co-ops with their sister high school of Parsippany, the Red Hawks, as well.
Okay.
Just a little fun fact as well. There's still a couple of local rivalry teams that still kind of co-op in the same school. I know Par Hills does. Morris Hills and Morris Knowles does as well.
Nothing yet, and there's going to be 3 for Ashante Ruiz, and she has Ramadan on her back, and she gets the fall.
It seems like
26 seconds.
It really seems like that every time that we've seen PCTI wrestle here today, they've been trading off with pins with everybody, and that's how it's starting off here in this matchup today.
6 for 6. Tie score after 2 matches. GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Your teams, your county, your site. Please follow us on social media. Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. X, formerly Twitter, at GardenStateHSW. And Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Some of our sponsors today are Legal Bay Funding, Performance Trophies, of course the Harrington Companies, Estabilt Wrestling Club, as well as Sarinelli, sorry for that, and Associates, Accounting and Tax Consulting. Okay, we're going to move on to 120 pounds with a tie match between the Passaic County Tech Bulldogs and the Parsippany Hills Vikings. We're tied 6-6 after 2. Second match of our quad today. 4 teams represented, and like we talked about before, James, looks to me like 4 full squads of girls wrestling here, which is awesome to see.
Most certainly is.
Okay, we're getting the wrestlers checked in.
Emerson Arnold.
So for Parsippany Hills, we have Emerson Arnold. And for Passaic County Tech, we have Araceli Mendez. And Mendez looking for a head. That's going to be 3. No backs there. Okay, 3-0 lead for Araceli Mendez from Passaic.
Yeah, and Arnold doing a really good job. She was able to fight off her back like that, and of course you didn't see the official give the counts down because it wasn't a long enough exposure for the backs to be able to be given.
That had me a little confused for a second. I looked away, I looked back, and I didn't see swipes. But yeah, so we're 3-0.
Now I think you should get some backs. Oh, only got the 1 count, that's all. And just
Mendez from PCTI.
And just Mendez showing the aggression of the wrestling that she's showing here is incredible.
Mendez on top with the black singlet, white undershirt, as well as the black wrestling shoes. They have the green ankle band, and she is looking for a turn here. Referee holding 2. That's going to be 2 back points. 5-0 lead for Mendez of Passaic County Tech over Emerson Arnold of Parsippany Hills.
The old 5-point moves as we look up there with a 5-0 score.
Like the old days, 5-point move, which now can be a 7-pointer, as we know.
A lot of points to get in the first period now alone.
Yep. 20 seconds to go, period number 1. Mendez over Arnold, 5-0 right now. Passaic County Tech is coached by head coach Dan Smith. His assistant is Michael Bastante. And the Parsippany Hills are head coach Jason Lodato, and his assistant is Pedro Hernandez. And that's the end of period number 1. 5-0 lead for Mendez from Passaic County Tech. And let's see whose choice it is. Passaic County Tech is going to defer the choice for the second period. And we just had a stall warning.
Yes, because of the shoe time. So if you don't have your shoes taped up, like most officials are looking for, they're going to bang you for stalling every time.
Which I agree with.
I agree too, because it really delays the match.
Beautiful roll by Mendez. Referee has given the 2 reversal, and she gets behind. Now she has a 7-0 lead over Emerson Arnold. And she has a cradle locked up. I think it's locked up, and my view is a little blocked. No longer.
And it was a nice Peterson roll, too, that we had right there, just getting the reversal. A lot of times that's how you get points is if you do Petersons, but you're not always going to get the back points on of it. And very rarely, unless if you were watching the last match of PCTI and Vernon, you saw a Peterson, like a parallel Peterson move.
Parallel Peterson from the front, yes. Okay, Mendez with a 7-0 lead.
Which is something that you had never really seen much of before. But first time for everything, right?
Absolutely. Wrestlers working on the out of bounds. 1 foot in, the action will continue. That should be an escape, maybe a reversal for Arnold. She does get the reversal. Emerson Arnold gets the reversal right on the edge where you gotta keep wrestling.
You got to drop to a leg in that position. If you're not that experienced, the one thing that coaches are always going to tell you when you're in that position of a stand-up position and you're on top, drop to the leg.
There was an escape for Mendez. Brings her lead to 8-2. We're in a bit of a 50-50 position here. Let's see who is going to come out on top. Looks like Arnold's going to come out the back door and secure the 3. And that's going to tighten us up a little, James. Now 8-5, Mendez.
Yeah,
a roll attempt, but she might have got stuck here. If she drives forward, we could see some backs, and we do not. Okay, 10 seconds left, second period. Mendez's lead has been cut almost in half, 8-5.
Yeah, and just a really nice job that she was able to do here. Arnold getting that takedown. And now you go into the third period. Yeah, the momentum's on your side. What do you do next going into the third period?
Down 8-5, third period. Mendez with the green anklet for Passaic County Tech. Emerson Arnold for Parsippany Hills, the red anklet. I didn't see who chose what there, James. Did you catch that?
Yep, I did, and Mendez chose top.
Mendez chose top, of course. Looking to dig a half in here. If you're Arnold, you just want to get to your feet, or you're going to be going to your back here soon.
And she's grabbing onto that leg. She's trying to back off on the back points and not give up any more additional back points to Mendez.
There was one swipe there by referee Mella, but no back points yet, but we're getting awfully close. Looks like it's inevitable here. There's the swipe starting. Mendez continues to drive forward. Arnold continues to fight, was able to fight that off. 4 near fall for Mendez, takes her lead to 12-5. Third period here at 120 pounds.
She's trying to do a spladle move, but that's something that you don't want to do being up 12-5 if you don't even have it in the right position.
You definitely do not want to put yourself in trouble with that 12-5 lead with a minute to go in what could be a tight team battle. Near side half here for Mendez, could have another opportunity, and she does. Referee starts swiping again. Plenty of time for Mendez to finish this. And she can hook that arm and lift up on the head. And there is the fall for Mendez. Araceli Mendez with the fall over Emerson Arnold. That is going to bring Passaic County Tech's lead to 12-6 after 3 bouts. We've had 3 falls.
Yeah, and a great job by Arnold keeping it, almost trying to keep it to a 6-minute matchup right here and not giving up those 2 extra bonus points on top of it.
She fought hard.
She did. I give her a lot of credit for that.
Let me call out one of our sponsors here, Sarinelli and Associates, accounting, tax, and consulting. Contact them at Sarinelli. I can't say that, can I, SarinelliCPA.com. You can call them at 973-927-3300. Sarinelli and Associates. As we move to 126 pounds, get the wrestlers checked in. Passaic County Tech again with a 12-6 lead after 3 bouts.
For the Vikings, Emily McGee. For the Bulldogs, Krista Vestes.
Okay, for Parsippany Hills, we have Emily McGee. Emily McGee for Parsippany Hills. And for Passaic County Tech, we have Cristela Fiestas. Cristel Fiestas. Fiestas has the purple headgear with the green anklet. And Emily McGee for Parsippany Hills with the red anklet black shoes. We try to pick up on anything because these singlets are so similar. McGee and Fiestas. Holding center, 126 pounds. And Fiestas is going to get the 3. Passaic County Tech gets on the board with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, PCTI has just been the aggressors these first 4 weight classes that we have seen here, with just getting those takedowns first, and that's what's been ultimately changing that momentum for PCTI to come out and try to get this win, of course.
They have been very aggressive. She's going to look to underhook that arm here and throw her. She keeps coming out front. She's looking for something big. Now she should be looking bow cradle. Let's see. Spins behind. 3-0. Fiestas over McGee. And for those of you watching, I know we got dark singlets, dark knee pads. It's very hard to tell the wrestlers apart, so I'll continue to try to give you little cues as to who is who here. Again, Passaic County Tech will have the green anklet throughout this dual meet, and Parsippany Hills will have the red anklet. Okay, Fiestas getting some swipes on McGee here. Referee Mella in position. Looks like we could be close to a fall here for Fiestas, and there it is. Another pin for the Passaic County Tech Bulldogs. That's going to extend their lead to 18-6.
Yeah, Fiestas, if you can't even get into that near side cradle, you're fine. Change your position up and get a headlock finish right there. You can definitely get 6 every time for that.
And that's going to bring us to 132 pounds.
At 132. Diaz. And for the Vikings.
Diaz for the Bulldogs.
Diaz for PCTI.
Shriti Patel.
And Patel for Parsippany Hills. Diaz, PCTI, with the knee pad on the right leg and the black and pink headgear. And Patel for Parsippany Hills, all black headgear.
And he's got a positions too. It must be hard for an official, and it's smart that they have those ankle bracelets on there. I like when officials give it to them.
So do I. It helps the fans too, helps people watching. I'm with you 100%, James.
Especially if the teams are the same colors as well too. It just makes it a lot easier to be able to distinguish the two.
It is tough. So Diaz from PCTI in the green anklet, black knee pad. Patel from Parsippany Hills, red anklet, black headgear. 132 pounds, 0-0.
See if she can try and spin from around right here.
Good
if she
shot
can.
by Patel. Diaz defending it nicely, looking to spin like you said, James. Almost. And we got another bit of a 50-50 chance here. And that's going to be 3 for Patel.
And a really nice job with it too. She got the better shot of it. It was a little bit sloppy, and then Diaz tried to kind of get out of that situation, but Patel came out on top, just showed her upper body strength.
Yep, 3-0 lead. 45 seconds to go, period number 1, 132 pounds. Passaic County Tech with that 18-16 lead.
Got to be careful right there that she doesn't get caught for locked hands.
Yes. We saw the same thing, James.
You know, it's great to see when broadcasters see something that not everybody else does, but no one else ever says anything about it.
Yep. She's been close about 2 or 3 times, I think, already. Every one of those mat returns, she's a little late on breaking that lock.
Most definitely.
Okay, 10 seconds left, short time here. Let's see if Diaz can get an escape. Some late period scoring would be just what she needs. She's to her feet. She's going to want to rip and run, and she does get that point.
And
Very nice job.
Tom, what do we always say about coaches when their wrestlers give up last-second points at the end of a period?
It's a backbreaker. It really is. That is a point you wish you could have back. Got to wrestle right to that right to the buzzer. Same thing with out of bounds. When you give up a cheap point or points near the out of bounds line, you got to keep wrestling to that whistle. Same thing with the buzzer. Wrestle to that last second.
Yeah, just wrestle until the buzzer or the official blows the whistle for you to stop. Any other time, you just keep wrestling.
Keep wrestling. Front headlock here for Diaz. She's looking for something big, James.
Yeah, and she could get it here any minute, too. She could get it, and that's why that giving up that escape at the end there was not very good there for Patel.
We got a 50-50 situation. Looks like Patel is going to come out on top for the 3, and she's going to extend her lead to 6-1. Looking to her coach.
Just got to give Patel credit. I mean, just really showcasing how much of that upper body strength she has.
Yeah, she did nice. Both of those kind of 50-50 upper body situations. She's gotten the better of both exchanges so far. And she does put Diaz on her back. Patel has Diaz in trouble with plenty, and there is the fall. Parsippany Hills, big one for them to get them back in the match. Pin for Patel. Draws the Parsippany Hills Vikings closer. Score now 18-12, Passaic County Tech as we head.
You look over at the final result of that match being a fall, but of course you know the coaches are going to definitely be looking at the film at that later, and they're going to absolutely go in and say, do not give up late points like that again, or you're doing sprints. That's exactly like a fan base, you're excited, but as a coach, you're like, nope, that can't happen.
That cannot happen is right. Okay, we're at 138 pounds.
And for the Bulldogs, Stephanie Pluma.
We have Stephanie Pluma for Passaic County Tech. And for the Parsippany Hills Vikings, we have Scarlett Mealy. Scarlett Mealy. It could be Malay, but I'm going to go with Mealy. And they go out of bounds. So we remain scoreless. Parsippany Hills again with the red anklet. She has the white shoes on. Goldish headgear.
And you know, giving Parsippany Hills the red ankle bracelet actually makes most sense because the Parsippany Redhawks are red as well, too. Even though the Vikings are blue, they're sister high school, so in the same district.
That works. Whatever works for your mind, James, you go with it.
Yeah, that's the only thought process that I thought of throughout this whole thing, which I don't think 90% of this gym probably would have never thought of.
Not at all. Not at all.
That's what makes me unique. That's why Don keeps me around.
And there's a stall call on PCTI. Referee felt that Pluma was working the edge there, and she did get back to the edge twice.
Sooner or later, that I knew that stall call was going to get. I thought it was going to happen right here at the end the first time.
Yep. Mealy from Hills continues to push the action, and she's rewarded with a takedown. 3 points. Swipes are starting. There should be 2 backs. 5-0 lead for Mealy from Parsippany Hills over Pluma from Passaic County Tech. And there's a cradle locked up, and James, that is tight. And that's going to be a fall. And we are now tied, James. 18-18.
Yeah, she had a ball and chain movement quite a bit there, but she changed it right into a crossface cradle and put that knee to the side. As you said, Tommy, definitely very tight.
That was tight.
Once you get cradled up like that and it's so tight like that, you're good luck getting out of it because you're not going to.
The best cradle defense, don't get in it.
That's why they say that they put their wrestlers to nighty-night there when a cradle happens.
Cradlers are pinners, baby. Cradlers are pinners. All right, so we're moving to 145 pounds. We are moving along here, James.
Yes, we are. I mean, we're already tied here at 18 apiece between the two teams. And, you know, PCTI's got some good girls coming up here, but so does Parsippany Hills. So this is still anybody's match right here. Okay,
for PCTI, we have Victoria Frias. And for Parsippany Hills, we have Sama Poya. Sama Poya. Okay, and Victoria Frias with a quick 3 points. Good mat return, good pressure forward. Parsippany Hills wrestler has the black tights on with the red anklet. And Frias from PCTI, who is on top with the green anklet, white knee pad. 145 pounds, minute 30 to go. And looks like we got back points coming again, James.
Yes, definitely, and even with those legs in front as well, too. She's got the hammerlock thrown in right there. She's got her in trouble. Could be 6 for the Bulldogs.
I think this is going to be 6, and you are absolutely right. Victoria Frias with 6 for PCTI.
Just throw in that hammerlock right at the end right there. Had it extremely tight. Once you get caught in those hammerlocks, it's hard to be able to punch your arm out of it.
Okay, and that takes Passaic County Tech's lead to 24-18. Do you own a local business? Want to become a sponsor? Sponsorship opportunities available for team pages and live stream coverage. How do I become a sponsor, you might ask? Learn more. Look for the Your Logo Here button on your team's page or email. Or email admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com. GardenStateHSWrestling.com, your team, your counties, your site. Garden State HS Wrestling is the premier destination for all things New Jersey wrestling. Okay, 152 pounds for Parsippany Hills. We have Stephanie Suarez. And for the Passaic County Tech Bulldogs, we have Ariana Romero. Versus Stephanie Suarez. Romero and Suarez, and that's a quick 3 points for Suarez. And she also got some back points. 2 backs. Gives her a 5-0 lead. Now she's got a cradle locked up, James, and that looks just as tight as the other one. Beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, this is definitely Suarez, one of those wrestlers that I know the coaching staff for Par Hills, they're definitely looking into, and great sportsmanship by her, but got that cradle locked up there. That's something that Parsippany loves doing, is those cradles and catching them in cradles, knowing that for a long time, being a long-time wrestler and follower of high school wrestling. That was successful right there for her, and it ties them up to 24.
And she looked like a cradler. She had the longer arms. She's going to cradle up a lot of people.
And that's a lot of things of what you see with many wrestlers. If they have the length, you know that they're especially if they're like teams like High Point or anything like that too, they're going to always go for the cradles because that's what they're brought in. It's one of the most quote-unquote basic moves that you learn when you're in grade school.
Yep. And it is deadly, that is for sure. Okay, we're at 165.
Jaylana Colon.
And that is going to be a forfeit for PCTI. So we were tied for a moment at 24 all, and now the forfeit for PCTI will bring their lead to 30-24. Passaic County Tech 30, Parsippany Hills Vikings 24. And that moves us to 185 pounds. So this match is still in the balance here, James.
Yep, this is still anybody's match here. 3 more bouts to go.
Passaic County Tech's got some strength here, as we saw in the previous match.
Yep.
Watch for a headlock.
Yep, and watch for headlocks, watch for throws. That's something that PCTI, even from the boys' side of things too, they just love those. They love headlocks. They throw headlocks all the time and watch for throws. That's something that they're always looking for.
For Parsippany Hills, we have Nazareth Santos. Nope, maybe not. We're going to get a check. And right on cue, James. I think we both were just talking about headlocks. And all sorts of trouble here for Parsippany Hills. Leaning back hard.
She's got the headlock tight.
Long way to go in this period. Let's see if she can finish this headlock here. We have Analia Garcia, my apologies, that's Analia Garcia from Passaic County Tech with that beautiful headlock.
But give credit to Par Hills here, just hanging on for dear life there.
Absolutely.
It's what they call the golden elbow. And I'm sure you've heard of that saying before with the golden elbow when you pinch it right on. And she might have listened to me to put that golden elbow in because it makes it very much harder for them. The officials won't call that pin unless that elbow's out of the way.
And that is Prisha Bossar for Parsippany Hills fighting for her life down there as Analia Garcia just continues to crank that headlock. 47, and there is the fall. What a fight. I gotta say, she got headlocked 10 seconds in. Good job.
Yeah, no, that was almost fighting that off for well over a minute now at that point.
Yep.
And she really kept it up as long as she could. But that golden elbow, as I always say, definitely kept her out of it. I got a story to tell later on. We'll talk a little bit more. It's a historical one from all the way back in the 90s of a very local rivalry.
Can't wait.
Of what happened.
And that headlock by Analia Garcia, that's going to be – actually, we're going to finish that. We still got 2 matches to go, correct?
Yes.
So it's not quite locked up yet.
No, I mean, any sort of win for PCTI would lock it up here.
Or a non-pin. Again, going into my math brain, if there's 2 bouts left.
Yes, you're absolutely
correct. We're almost there, but it's not quite over.
Nope.
So we got a 12-point lead for Passaic County Tech, 36-24, 2 bouts to go. So obviously 2 pins by Parsippany Hills. This would be all tied up at 36. Let's see. So we're at 235 pounds. We got Autumn Murray of Parsippany Hills. And for Passaic County Tech, we have Ellen De La Cruz. De La Cruz versus Murray.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be something that Murray's going to have to look for to get the pin right here for her Vikings team to stay alive.
And look what she's looking for, James. She was looking big with a headlock.
And she's looking for more than that, as we know. She's got the twister thrown in it. She has that far arm locked up and ready to work on the twister.
Yep, I would get that other hand involved, but she does release it. She was in good position to run that.
Now she's looking for a cross-face cradle, which it kind of looked like from originally. I think she was looking for the cradle. It didn't exactly really want the twister, but now that she's got
Autumn Murray has De La Cruz in trouble here. I think we're going to get a fall. We got a minute, and there it is. Autumn Murray for Parsippany Hills Vikings with the fall. Now it's 36-30 with 1 bout to go.
Yep, 36-30. And they put
score?
36 on the board right there already, so they may be
Forfeiting? No.
No, they have a girl warming up over there at 106, or 100, excuse me. So the score really should be 36-30.
Yeah, I'm a little confused here.
I'm sure the coaching staff will look over into that as well, too.
Unless they just made a scoring adjustment. I mean, I would love if it's 36-36.
And yes, the official is calling for the scoreboard to be changed, so I think they're doing that just
now
about.
He just scored. I don't see how we're 36-36 unless they forgot to put something on the board.
And Genesis Martinez.
Needless to say, we are at 106 pounds.
Yeah, 100 pounds here for the
100
girls.
100 pounds.
Yeah, weight classes are a little bit different, and they -2 from the boys' lineup. That's how I kind of remember it.
So we're at 100 pounds. And we have Genesis Martinez from Parsippany Hills versus Jadaz Jimenez from PCTI. Jimenez versus Martinez.
Yeah, this is still 36 PCTI and Parsippany Hills. All right, good. Okay.
All right, we're not crazy.
No, we definitely were not, and I think the table did know that. I think they just had to readjust a little bit.
I was starting to question myself there, James. I shouldn't have. We knew it was 36-30. All right,
I mean, it could be 36-36 after this match. You never know.
So it all comes down to this. Parsippany Hills is Martinez is going to need the fall to tie the match at 36. We would have to go into our rule book to see what the criteria is, to see who would win this match. But we'll worry about that when we get there. First things first, we need a fall from Parsippany Hills to tie this match up.
Yeah, and then if that goes into criteria, then you're definitely going to be going deep into that
rule book.
Into that rule book, because there was correct me if I'm wrong, but there was no forfeits. Everything has been pinned, so it really, I believe it.
One forfeit. There was one forfeit.
For Parsippany Hills, is it? Or because that will win them the match. If it's going to win one of these two the match if they get it down to that point.
All All right, so we go out of bounds.
Because that's a very early rule of less forfeits.
Short time here in the first period. Parsippany Hills again, Martinez. Passaic County Tech, Jimenez. One way or the other, this match is coming down to this bout.
Yeah, and as you said, Tommy, you definitely need a pin if you're Parsippany Hills.
You sure do. And that'll do it for the first period. We are scoreless. Looks like we're in for quite a finish here.
I think so, and I think we're just going to get a little bit of a breather right here for both wrestlers.
And just a reminder, we're at 100 pounds here. This is the final bout of the duel. Passaic County Tech up 36-30. Parsippany Hills, Martinez, Passaic County Tech, Jimenez, tied at 0. And Jimenez from Passaic County Tech is on bottom to start the second period. Let's see if she can get up and out. Or maybe Martinez from Parsippany Hills can get a turn here. Let's see. These wrestlers look pretty evenly matched based on the eye test. As I say that, there's a deep half Nelson, James. And if she can get the ball and chain there. And she has her in all sorts of trouble here. Martinez is looking for the stick to tie this match up, and she gets it. James, just like that, we are 36-36.
My goodness.
My goodness is right.
That looked like that was going to be a chess match versus anything else. But I'm a little bit speechless right now. I really thought that was going to be coming down to the third period, and if someone could get the pin.
So did I. As I was saying, these wrestlers look evenly matched. The deep half went in, and the fall. So now the referee and the coaches are going to head. They're going to look at the book, and we're going to go through the criterias.
Yeah, if we take a look and see what the forfeit was and who got the forfeit, I think
there was one, but don't quote me on
I do think it's going to be PCTI that does end up winning it, because they did get the forfeit there at 165. So this should be, and it's going to be PCTI's win here because of that less forfeits, and that's an early on rule in the sport of wrestling. Is when you have forfeits like that, that's like one of the first rules of the criteria is like whoever has the less forfeits of the team gets the victory. So this win will come down, and I would imagine it would be PCTI that won this, which would be the second time they have won, quote unquote, by a point today.
Yeah.
Counting this one like in olden days, it would be considered a tie, but it's. You know, of course, we don't want to end things in ties. Yeah, someone's got to come out as the winner, or someone's got to come out with the loser.
I'm with you. Let's get a winner here. And I'm nerding out here going through my rule book.
Now, is that this year's rule book?
That is this year's rule book. I'm just looking for the
How can people so that's a good question. How can people find that on
You actually, I just went on the NFHS website. You got to pay like 20-something bucks, and they'll ship it to your house.
That's something that I want to get then for next year, because I'd like to really know about that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a little bit of a wrestling nerd. Like I said, every once in a while I do read it.
Myself included.
It's just something to read at night. You look for the newer. But I don't know the book quite like the back of my hand to find out where the criteria is. But I think I will.
As the coaches are sitting down, they're looking at this clearly.
If teams have identical scores, this is Article 2, the tie-breaking system shall be used to determine the winner. A, the team whose opposing wrestler or personnel has been penalized for flagrant misconduct. We didn't have that. B, the team whose opposing head coach, no, we didn't have any penalties. The team whose opposing wrestlers were penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct. We didn't have that. D, the team having won the greater number of matches, including forfeits, shall be declared the winner. Did they split the number of bouts?
That's a good question, because it is 12 weight classes in girls wrestling.
So they must have split them.
And with the less forfeits as well, that
12
will be
times 6 is 72. Again, I'm no math major, but I believe they had 6 pins each. Right? 6 pins each, 12 weight classes.
At least that, yeah.
So that's that. The team having accumulated the greater number of falls, that's tied.
And they're going to come out with the announcement just now.
So we're going to find out in a second anyway.
Exhibition matches?
Or they're not. We still don't know who won. But meanwhile, you a former wrestler or coach looking to give back to the sport but don't know how? Sign up to be an official. The New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association is looking for officials. Scan the QR code you see on your screen for more information. Like me and James were talking about, we could always use more officials. Better to have 2 officials on one mat than just one. And now that we got girls wrestling in New Jersey completely on fire and expanding, we need more officials. So we're still trying to figure out who won this match. There's been no official announcement.
No, 2 head coaches. Both of the head coaches are over there right now on the other side of the mat. They're getting this one figured out right here as they go through the stats and they're going through the lineups. And
I have a feeling it's going pretty deep into the criteria. The deeper it goes, the longer it takes to figure out.
And then everybody's waiting so anxiously.
So according to Track Wrestling, to your point, James, it does say Passaic County Tech wins the tiebreaker based on that forfeit.
PCTI wins criteria
F. For that forfeit? Thank you very much. All right, referee Alex Mella just informed us that Passaic County Tech has won on criteria F. F as in forfeit, that's easy enough, because there was one forfeit in this match that PCTI did receive. So they will win the match, theoretically, 37-36.
Yes, and
holy cow.
Yep, and that was a barn burner for sure. Second time today, winning by a point.
Great.
But now PCTI's got to go up against a really, really tough girls Mount Olive squad. Can they come out 3-0 here in their home gym today?
We shall find out very shortly. Okay, so that's going to do it for match number 2 of this quad. Myself, Thomas Farquhar, and James Clark. We will see you probably in about 15 or 20 minutes for match number 3. Thanks for joining.